What is going on, guys? Giovanni D98 back with another video. So I know it's been a while, but I got a special treat for you. Deck profile time. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I don't think I've actually, maybe I've never done one. I don't know. It's been a while since I've even made a video. So let's get into it. Overlord's starter is Conroe. So reason is obvious reasons. So you counterblast him. Well, not counterblast him, but you counterblast one. Sack him, so you just go see ya, search grade 1, and then you add it to your hand. So yeah, it just starts you off really nice, especially if you search for this guy, because then I'll go into more on that later. Next is trigger lineup, so let's get him out of here. Okay, so obviously for you, so I run one of this and 3 of the new Dragon Dancer Tara. So the reason I'm running the 1 positive Draco Kid is because it's a flame dragon. So it's nice to have it in the deck because, you know, deck just runs around flame dragon. So also her skill is nice. So like, you know, you G guard with her, you got this guy in the drop zone, so you bind them both, counter charge. So 3 heal triggers. Next, run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 critical. If you don't have this SP, do not recommend buying it. If you pull it on release, cool. Now, the reason I run the 7 crit and 4 Janat, see, I was doing something earlier in the week, and then I kind of pulled it out, so I was running Blade Master Titan in here, but just works better without Titan. But having the Janat in here is still nice because, you know, it's a shiny crit with an effect. Even though if you can't use it, it's just nice to have. It's a 10k. Fire Chase Dragon. I do see myself using this for its effect, where it's on the rear guard, GB1, you retire it, and then the card in the column with it, or your opponent gets retired. It's a nice card to use at some points. I wouldn't go out of your way if you're low in hand to do it unless you're going for the kill. And then Blu-ray Draco Kid, because, you know, it's an Overlord deck. So, Flame Dragon. Next, 5 draw triggers. So, for obvious reasons, it's Overlord, so, you know. So, first, his skill can be useful at times. I don't see myself always getting it, because usually he ends up in the damage zone when I play. So, he'll be like, oh yeah, draw. Can't use you. But, Gatling Claw is really useful, especially if your player, like the person you're playing against, has their starter out, or just a grade 0 in general. Because then you counterblast, send it soul, and then retire it. I used it against Chaos a couple times, so it's useful. Next, we got the grade 1 lineup. So first, we'll do PG. If you don't have Protect Orb and you have this, I would recommend this. I run 4 Dumjid. I pulled none. My friend gave me 1, and then I traded for the rest of them. So he's decently priced right now. I would recommend this because of 2 reasons. First, PG obviously, and the second, his skill is when there's a 1 of him in the drop zone, like so, and you go to guard with him, he becomes a 26k shield. So like, if you have a low hand and you just need the shield, you could just be like, oh yeah, 26k shield, so why not? Next, the Stride Fodder on the rear guard, which is High Doombringer Flame. His skill is nice because he recycles Overlords. So when he's placed on the rear guard anywhere, you take 2 grade 3 Overlords and you put them back in the deck. Now, if you only put 1 back, cool. If not, you put 2, then you draw a card. So it's a nice recycle card, and also at the beginning of your main phase, retire this unit to Stride, but only if it has an Overlord in the name. So you gotta remember that. Alright, next we will do this. Don't recommend buying this if you don't have it. Stride Fodder SP. I pulled it out of the SP Clan pack a while back, and I only run one because, honestly, I don't need it all that much because I have a good amount of grade 3s in here, and honestly, it's just I like to stride with Overlord so I can use Doombringer's effect. So I only use this if I have to, and I guess featuring my knee because it just popped in there. All right, next. For Conrose, reasons are obvious. When he's placed on the rear guard, if you have a grade 3 in your hand, you show it to your opponent and then you add an Overlord and you drop a card. Then his second skill is retire this unit, choose your Vanguard with Overlord, and it gets countercharge 2 when it attacks. So if it's a restanding like the Ace or something, or Zekenberg, because it has to be a heart, it doesn't have to say in the original card name, so like, yeah. It's going to countercharge at least 4 times. Or if you have multiple him, retire him, and then, yeah. And then just because I had the space, one Bellog. Bellog's really nice because, you know, when you guard with him, the attack doesn't hit. It's basically a grade 1 version of, what's his name? Can't think of his name. Denial Griffin. So, yeah, he's nice. Next, grade 2s. For Nahalem. Nahalem's nice because when your Vanguard swings with grade 4 Overlord, he gets plus, is it 6? I think it's 6. Plus 7. So not only do you get a trigger, most likely, you get plus 7 on the rear guard, so making it 16, plus whatever you got. Could be 21 to 26 or whatever, plus the support. So he's nice to swing in for like more than he needs to, which is nice. Then I run 3 Burning Horn Evolute. I barely see myself using his skill. He's nice for the power boost, but like I never see myself really using him. Honestly, he's more for like to ride or something like that. His skill is decent early on in the game, which is call Soul Blast 1. If you have a Vanguard Overlord, retire unit, and then, you know, it's Kagero. That's what it does. Retires units. Then when he attacks, he gets 2k for every damage, so he becomes a 19k attacker. Like I said, don't see myself using it that much. Next, for grade 2s, for Glow Heater Dragon, I see myself using all the time. His ability, first off, you have to have a Vanguard with Overlord or one in your hand. This is for rear guard and Vanguard. So basically you have to reveal to your opponent from your hand or your hand or your field that you have an Overlord, and then he keeps his 5k. Then next, when he attacks a Vanguard or anything. Yeah, no, it's anything. If you have a grade 4 or greater Vanguard, he gets 2k for every damage, so he becomes 20k attacker. Unless you're doing like a tag match or something like that, then not. Now, this is going to change. This is just for right now. And the only reason it's for right now is because I've got stuff coming on the way, and I'll explain. For the end. Reason this will change is I ordered the X. So I will do a little bit of the end, a little bit of the X. Reason is, obviously, the end is a nice card to have with X because they will Legion, stuff like that. But the end is just nice to have, especially if you're going to recycle it. So say, like, I can't get to the Destiny or something, and I don't need to, like, stride to win. My opponent doesn't have enough cards in hand, and he let the attack hit the first time. And I have 2 Counterblast open. Persona! Stand again. Attack. Oh, I won. So it's a nice backup. I was running the Legend for a while, but honestly, I find that the Destiny and the end, along with the X soon, I did playtest the X, and that's why, like, I'm adding it in. But yeah. Then we have the Destiny. Obviously, his skill is great. It's not very Kagero-esque Overlord, because Overlord is usually like stand, attack, stand, get back up. He's more of, hey, you have a card on the field. I'm just going to get rid of it because I go for the circle, not the card itself. So, Soul Blast, get rid of, kill it. Yeah, so it's good. And then the strat skill is kill a rear guard of your opponents. Look at top 7, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So it sets you up for the next big bad boy we have. And I run 3 of the Purge. Now, obviously, you're going to run at least 3 or 4 of these. I only have 3. So you're welcome to run 4. I only run the 3. But obviously, you're going to want to run a couple of him for the reason of his big bad skill is an activation. So you unflip a card in your G zone. Doesn't matter what it is. And then put an Overlord into your soul. And then your opponent takes a damage only up to from 4 to 5. You can't do over 5, obviously. And triggers are nullified. And then at GB3, he gets to check for as many damage as your opponent has. So, yeah. It's a pretty decent skill. But I feel like Overlords are kind of dying, so it's like very sad. Next, we run 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the Ace, because it's an Overlord and has a restand. So, you know, with Conroe, it's nice because countercharge 4, blah blah blah. Then his skill is Counterblast 2. So you counterblast at 2, you flip over a Supreme Heavenly, you know, him. And then if the number of cards in your G zone is 2 or more, this unit gets -1 drive, so it's going to twin drive, and then choose a card from your hand on hit. I don't think it's on hit, actually. Yeah, no, it's just when it attacks the Vanguard. It stands and gets 5k. So it's basically like an older version of the Overlord almost, but like not at the same time. Yeah. So it's nice to have at least a couple cards from the G zone with Overlord. Next, we got 2 Ziegenbergs. Ziegenberg is nice because he is a stander as well, and he's one of the better Kagero standers, in my opinion. So his skill is, he has an activation skill, which is Soul Blast 1. Choose one of him. I think it's him, yeah. Yep. So choose him, flip him up, like so, and then retire one of your opponent's rear guards. It's more to activate Blaze, but this deck doesn't heavily rely on Blaze because it's Overlord. Then his second skill is Counterblast 1 at GB3. Drop the same number of cards from your hand as your opponent's rear guards. So if your opponent has no rear guards, you literally just stand again with no cost. And that's literally what I aim for because, you know, it's Kagero. So, yeah. Attack with him. You do get triple drive on your first attack, and this one you get 1 check. So it's literally 4 checks in a turn. So it's worth it. And I've thought about reducing my aces to 3 and putting in another Ziegenberg, but I don't know. I think 2 is the better thing. Next, this is one of your enders, if you can make it work. Some people can, some people can't, but oh well. Novel Express, GB2 skill. Counterblast 1, Persona Flip. When this unit attacks, you cannot call grade 1 or higher from hand to guard, and also all trigger effects are nullified at the 5th damage, or is it just all throughout the turn? Yeah. So no heal trigger is going to save you. And that's pretty much why I use him as an ender, because it just puts you there. It's just like, hey man, you have no cards to guard in hand, you're done. Yeah, so it's a pretty mean way to end the game, but it's just a way. And then next, the one, the only, GB8. I do not have Drachma, and I'm not honestly willing to pay it right now. So his skill, GB8. When this unit attacks, retire all of your opponent's rear guards. If 3 or more are retired, he gets 10,000 in a crit, and all your units get 10,000. So I used it today. It got PG'd, and it was the only card I had on the field. I did win, but because of a deck out. His skill is useful, but it can get easily PG'd. So it's up to you You can run that, or you can run Drachma. But I would not recommend buying Drachma if you don't have it. So this I would recommend do not buy unless you can. 1 G-Guard of Supreme Heavenly Emperor Dragon. What is it? Heavenly Flare? Defeat Flare. Yeah. I pulled this out of a pack, so I would not recommend getting it if you don't have it already. Anyway, G-Guardian skill. Counterblast 1. Retire your whole opponent's back row, and then you have to choose 2 or 3 great flame dragons from your drop zone and put them back. So it's basically another recycler, and it gets rid of all your opponent's back row, and that means they lose the support while you're guarding. So yeah, good card. Next, same with this. Do not buy unless you really want it. Denial Griffin SP. His skill, great G Guardian skill, guard, counterblast, kill your opponent's rear guard, and ends the attack completely. So it's only on a rear guard, and it's nice. Next, last 2 cards for my G zone. Absalom. His skill is beautiful. Counterblast 1 gets 10k for every one of your opponent's open rear guards. So it can go up to like 66. Or wait, let's see. So it'd be 26, 36, 46, 56, 66, 76. Yeah, go up to 76. And I believe, yeah, one of my friends was playing Messiah today, and they decided to use, Neo Harmonics and go for like the 60,000k attack. I G-guarded, and because they used my field and his, so it was, I believe, like, I got, he had 3 units, so that'd be 56. Yeah, I guarded for like 76 something from in hand. But yeah, that's my Overlord deck, guys. It honestly, Overlords, they're fun, but they're not as good as they used to be. So if you want to play Overlords, play them. But they're more of a casual deck now, because honestly, it's the stuff that's come out is a lot better, like Chaos and Mega Colonies, Overwhelm, and stuff like that. It's crazy. I feel like the deck would be a little bit better if I had Drachma to close games out, but I don't. So that's that. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you did, if you like this deck and you want more deck profiles, let me know. Leave a comment, subscribe, hit that like button, just smack it. You know the deal. If there's any other decks you want me to profile, I have a lot. Yeah. If you want to try and see fights on this channel, like if you want me to see if I can get someone to let me record a match with them or something, I have one of my friends, like I said, plays Messiah, stuff like that. I can definitely see if they want me to record the match with them and stuff. Narukami decks, I got more Kagero, Tachi's gear, I got everything pretty much. So yeah, just let me know, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, subscribe for more stupid content I just keep putting out there for you guys to enjoy. Have a good one.